Bonsoir, bienvenue à la Classique Georgia W Tush live de Montréal, Québec au Canada. Le prochain match qui s'en vient, équipe B, Montréal, les Sexpos contre les Queen Bees de Helsinki Roller Derby. Je suis Chloé Gwendoline, accompagnée de Plastique Patrick.
Hello.
On va commencer avec le skate-out des Queen Bees Helsinki Roller Derby. Un gros merci à notre commanditaire Sociopathe. All right, skating tonight for the Queen Bees from Helsinki Roller Derby, number 112, Fuchs, number 20, Predator, number 23, Kissa, number 286, Ninja, number 394, Milis, number 42, Nuki, number 441, Ixar, number 46, Pentinen, number 51, Alu, number 507, Boss, number 613, Yamina Lugora, number 666, Yona Oyala, number 747, Yunola, number 90, Antila, and number 97, Yafa.
This is Helsinki's second game today, isn't it? Helsinki's second game today. This morning they faced Gotham's B team, suffering a loss. Gotham's B team, of course, one of the strongest B teams on the circuit. Tonight they will face our Sexpos here in Montreal, who are also one of the best B teams on the circuit. So, big, tall order for Helsinki today, but they've shown that they were up for it.
Oh yeah, they've had a fantastic bout this morning against Gotham. So looking forward to see how this game pans out. We have the Sexpos of Montreal skating out right now. Patrick, won't you lead us through the roster?
Most certainly will. Pour les Sexpos de Montréal, numéro 1, May David JJ. 103, Mr. Mrs. Painkiller. 1969, Denada. 200, Thelma Track. 204, Scar to Beat You. 21 is Wildcard. 26, Lisbeth. Number 3, Zelda. 343, Mojo Jojo. 38, Black Belt Beauty. Number 6, Champagne. Number 62, Ai. Number 76, Per Evil. Number 911, Nana Bisturi. And 972 is T-Punch. Of course, their coaches, Jess Bandit and Larev, as well as Scarlet Bloodletter. Les Montréal Sexpos are the B team from Montreal Roller Derby. Skating up to Radio Gaga, how trendy. And the Sexpos having a, very good season last year, placing very well in the B champs, and big change for the Sexpos this year is where the skaters were taken off the home teams, so they are also a very competitive team on the B team circuit. Some of the skaters from the Sexpos do straddle both teams, the A team and the B team.
Yeah, it's the case as well for some skaters on the Queen Bees from Helsinki Roller Derby. We've seen Nuki skating for the A team earlier today, whereas a couple of other skaters.
Oh yeah, on the Sexpos, Mr. Mrs. Painkiller, I think Lisbeth, I believe Per Evil and Nana Bisturi, as well as Zelda. Yeah, straddle both teams. So, it's a kind of a farm team kind of concept. Some want to stay on the Sexpos. Many of them hoping to move up and are sort of like reserve players for the Sexpos, learning the ropes of this more competitive type of circuit.
Du côté des arbitres, pour le match de ce soir, sur patin, on a Communist Killjoy, Righteous Oxide, Carmen Dragon, Jean-Philippe Amann, Wonder Zebra, Empower et Shanksy.
New England Roller Derby Report would like to thank their production sponsor, Sociopath. The Sociopath is a skater-run business offering custom-sewn-to-order legwear for teams and individuals, size-inclusive activewear designed to fit you. Sociopath also offers dozens of armbands, helmets, cover options for scrimmage and competition. Team discounts are available. Please see sociopath.ca for more details, and that's SEWCIOPATH.ca.
Et c'est parti pour le match Ninja des Queen Bees d'Helsinki avec le lead, suivi de très près par le numéro 204, c'est Scorchuvichu des Sexpos. Le pat s'accélère, les Sexpos qui s'amènent à l'avant. Ninja, aucun point d'accumulé, arrête le jam 0-0.
And you may notice that we will run this bout in French and English.
Because Montréal.
Ben, exactement.
Speaking of Montreal, we're really excited to be hosting the WFTDA Championships in November.
Oh, more on that later.
Yes.
Skating for the Sexpos is Wildcard, formerly known as Dynahertia. Helsinki Queen Bees send out Antilla. Oh, quickly out was Wildcard, and she just scored 4 quick points.
On a un passage de l'étoile du côté d'Helsinki. À la pivot, c'est Lugura.
Wildcard recycled on her second scoring run. There was a star pass for Helsinki. Lugula still working on her initial. It's done. Both jammers now scoring. Wildcard working on the third scoring run. Makes quick work of it. There's one blocker left for the Sexpos on the track. Wildcard's going to keep it going because she is scoring. She's having no trouble with this pack of Helsinki, and she's trying to clear the box. And here come the blockers from the Sexpos. And now Wildcard calls it off. A 15-8 jam for the Sexpos. That's 15-8 total. Sexpos in the lead. And my dear, you were talking about the WFTDA champs coming up in November.
Oui, coming up at the Centre Claude Robillard. The tickets are on sale this Monday, June 17.
That's right. Go to WFTDA.com, Tournament Central for more info.
Présentement, portant l'étoile pour les Sexpos, c'est Telma Track du côté de Helsinki. La première jammeuse, c'est le numéro 394, Millis. Millis sur son premier passage cumulatif, retenu à l'avant par la défense des Sexpos. Telma Track complète son passage initial. Millis sorti de la piste par Mr. Mrs. Painkiller. 4 points pour les Queen Bees. Pointage maintenant 15-12 en faveur des Sexpos.
And to go back to Centre Claude Robillard, one thing that I'd like to tell people about this is it was an Olympic venue.
Ooh.
It was built for the Olympics, inaugurated in May of 1976, just on time, held the water polo and handball competitions of the 1976 Olympics. And since I am an Olympic nerd, I like these things. Nana Bistouri for the Sexpos picks up quick lead. And Fuchs is the jammer for the Helsinki Queen Bees. Nana Bistouri, whoa, quick work, picks up 4 points. Fuchs still behind these Sexpos defense. Nanda Bistouri, oh, they just do not see her coming. Second time around, she didn't even stop. Oh, this time she had to do a little twirl and a jam.
Fuchs looking for her pivot.
Yeah.
Bentinen coming back from the Gus Restaurant penalty box.
Yeah, that was the pivot. And look at that, right away, star pass for Helsinki, who've been using that strategy an awful lot. Would you not agree?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they great star passes from Helsinki.
Yeah, we've seen the A team do some couple of great star passes earlier against Montreal.
Absolutely. 19-point jam for Nana Bisturi. 19-0 in this jam for the Sexpos. Total is 34 for the Sexpos, 12 for the Queen Bees of Helsinki.
There's an instant replay of Nana Bisturi's apex jump earlier in the last jam.
Don't we love those?
Oh, I love me some instant replay action.
I love instant replay action, and I love apex jumps.
Ninja pour les Queen Bees à l'avant du pack. Elle est assistée par le numéro 666, Johanna Oyala.
And that's Denada for the Sexpos.
Denada. Mais ça passe pour Ninja, première jammeuse Queen Bees. Denada complète son passage initial. Ninja sur son premier passage cumulatif. Sortie de la piste par Zelda.
Zelda, a new skater for the Montreal Roller Derby League.
Yes. 4 points pour Denada et les Sexpos de Montréal. Denada qui complète un deuxième passage cumulatif. C'est 8 points à date pour les Sexpos dans ce jam. Ninja avec le lead envoyé à l'intérieur décide d'arrêter. Le jam, 4 points pour Helsinki, 8 pour les Sexpos de Montréal. Pointage à environ 7 minutes de jeu dans la première demi. Montréal Sexpo mène 42. Les Queen Bees de Helsinki Roller Derby 16.
And we have a team timeout. Team timeout for Helsinki. So let us tell you about the postseason. We talked about champs, which is obviously the best and most exciting meeting of roller derby event in the year. And, you know, we're so very proud that it's taking place in Montreal this year. First time out of Canada, first time outside of the U.S.
Yes. But let's not sleep on all the fantastic events that are coming up.
Yes. Before champs, there'll be 2 playoffs. One September 6th to 8th in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And a second one September 13th to 15th in Seattle, Washington. Both those playoffs will determine who gets to go to champs. The top 4 of the WFTDA rankings, along with the 3 top teams of these 2 playoffs, will get to compete in champs. Also, for the Division 2 teams of the WFTDA, Continental Cups, 3 of them, which I will be very happy to tell you about right after this jam.
Un gros merci aux commanditaires Low Life Skate Shop permettent d'avoir le broadcast ce soir et pour toute la Classique Georgia W Tush.
And Skartu Bichu is the jammer for the Sexpos. She picked up lead. Antilla is the jammer for Queen Bees. That was her first scoring run for Skartu Bichu. 4 easy points. Oh, right on the outside. Look at that. That is exciting, too. And they duck down and make their way around the players, the blockers, and nobody sees them. And she's short. So that's that's an ace in her pocket. Antilla still stuck in the pack, trying to complete her initial pass. Skartu Bichu. Oh, she picks up a forearm penalty. Send her to the Restaurant Goose penalty box for 30 seconds. And Antilla makes it out, star in hand. There will be no lead jammer. 45 seconds left in this jam. This is a power jam for Antilla and the Queen Bees of Helsinki. Her first scoring pass. The Sexpos are not making it easy. Helsinki, of course, going all offense. but staying within the pack. So Antella cannot push and hope that the pack thins out. And Skartubicu is back into the pack. She had 4 points in the bank. That's 12 so far. And Gem is over. Oh, were they going to give her points? Yes, 2 extra points. I bet that's just because it was a pretty jump.
That's not how it works, Patrick.
I know, but it was so pretty. 20
sure
points.
was.
20 points for the Sexpos, 4 for the Queen Bees. That's a 20-4 jam for the Sexpos, brings the total to 62. Queen Bees at 20. Oh, no, wait a minute. The scoreboard's going backwards. Okay, that was 14-4. 56-20 is now the official score.
On a Thelma Track qui porte l'étoile pour les Sexpos. Du côté de Helsinki, la première jammeuse, c'est Milice. C'est un super jam pour Helsinki. Thelma Track envoyé la boîte de pénalité. Ah non, c'est Skartubicu en fait, qui est à la boîte de pénalité. Milice avec le lead décroche 4 points pour Helsinki. Skartubicu de retour sur la piste. Et ça passe pour Milice. Non, ça passe pas. La piste est coupée. Milice envoyé à la boîte de pénalité. Gus Skartubicu, seul le jammer sur la piste pour les Sexpos. Skartubicu complète son passage initial. On aura un droit à un jam de 2 minutes. Skartubicu, ligne intérieure grande ouverte, décroche 4 points pour les Sexpos.
Because she'd gotten a penalty at the end of the last jam, which is why those points were taken back. Yeah, so audience, this is what happened. Skartubicu was a jam in the previous jam, committed a penalty, was sent to the box, carried over to this jam.
Milice de retour sur la piste. Ajoute 4 points au tableau pour Helsinki. Le travail défensif des deux équipes. On ajoute 4 points de plus pour nos deux équipes. 12 points de jam de 12-12.
Well, if we're going to add both jam for Skartubicu, that was 24 points over 2 jam. 26 points over 2 jams. Nothing to sneer at.
Nothing to sneer at, indeed.
And yes, smarty Facebook followers, there was a mistake on the scoreboard which said nameless, who is someone else, whose number is 202, so maybe they got the numbers confused. That was Skartubicu.
With 204.
204. And that is Fuchs for Helsinki. Thelma Track now with the jammer star for the Sexpos. Fuchs is the lead jammer. Thelma Track. Oh.
Oh, sneaks in 1 point at the tail end of that jam.
2 for Helsinki, 1 for the Sexpos. Thelma Track was heading into the pack at full steam because she knew maybe I'll get 1 point, and she did.
Pointage maintenant 69 pour les Sexpos, 34 pour les Queen Bees. Nana Bistouri sur la ligne de départ pour les Sexpos de Montréal. Du côté d'Helsinki, c'est Ninja. Nana Bistouri très rapidement décroche le titre de première jammeuse pour Montréal. Ninja retenu par un tripode dans le coin numéro 2 de la piste. Et ça passe pour Nana Bistouri. Elle complète son premier passage cumulatif. C'est 4 points pour les Sexpos. Ninja toujours sur son passage initial, retenu à l'avant de la piste par Zelda Mayday JJ et Mojo Jojo, la capitaine des Sexpos. Oh, dans la bistouri, envoyé à la boîte de pénalité Gus pour avoir coupé la piste. C'est un super jam pour Ninja et les Queen Bees d'Helsinki. Belle opportunité de rapprocher l'écart qu'il y a entre les deux équipes. Ninja, 4 points pour les Queen Bees. Ça passe pour un deuxième passage cumulatif pour Ninja. 8 points à date pour les Queen Bees. Nana Bistouri de retour sur la piste. Oh, il y a là à l'avant pour Helsinki, dernière ligne de défense, mais ça passe pour Nana Bistouri. 4 points de plus pour les Sexpos. Trois points supplémentaires décrochés par Nana Bistouri à la fin de ce jam. 12-11 en faveur des Queen Bees. Pointage maintenant 80 pour les Sexpos, 46 pour les Queen Bees. D'environ 15 minutes à jouer dans cette première demi.
An interesting trend, Chloe, is that both teams are really trading off lead jam calls. There's, pretty much the same amount of leads claimed by Helsinki and claimed by Montreal, only now Montreal is at 80 and the Queen Bee is at 46. Montreal capitalizing on those lead jams much more than Helsinki. Antilla is the jammer for the Queen Bees of Helsinki, and that is Wildcard for Montreal Les Expos. Wildcard picks up lead, her second time out there, her second time getting lead.
Wildcard sorti par sa propre joueuse.
Yeah, she didn't have to go back, but I guess in the swing of things. And there goes Helsinki attempting to pass the star, and it worked. No, illegal star pass. That didn't work. Oh yeah, that did work. Star pass for Helsinki. Didn't get any points. That was Lugora, the pivot turn jammer. 4 points for Montreal, bring the total 84 to 46 for the Queen Bees.
Un gros merci à nos NSO du match de ce soir, à Guy Battery, Ma Tante, Bert Hurt, Taboma, Bad Wolf Archer, Derry Air, Chucky D, Tara D Nightmare et Tim Refuse. Avec le lead pour Helsinki, c'est Milice contre Denada de Montréal. Facilement sur avec du beau petit footwork sur la ligne intérieure. Milice décroche 4 points pour Helsinki.
That was pretty.
Denada envoyé à l'intérieur de la piste par le numéro 507, c'est Boss. Et ça passe pour Denada qui complète son passage initial.
Yeah, she would just not go out. And Milice keeping it going.
Denada qui en profite pour décrocher un 4 points supplémentaires pour Montréal. Oh, Milice envoyé la boîte de pénalité Gus pour un blocage illégal au dos. C'est un super jam pour Denada et les Sexpos de Montréal. Les Sexpos tentent de ralentir la vitesse du pack. Denada retenu par Pentinen. Pentinen et Oyala. Milice de retour sur la piste. Ça passe pour Denada, 4 points pour les Sexpos, un total de 12 pour ce jam, 8 pour les Queen Bees. Pointage maintenant 96 pour les Sexpos, 54 pour l'équipe d'Helsinki.
And I was talking about the Continental Cups that will be happening. That's more the Division 2 teams. Actually, that is exactly the Division 2 teams. There are 3, and they are geographically selected to attend. Continental Cup North America West will be in Orem, Utah. And I will tell you more about the others later. What a beautiful spin on the line for Skartubicu to pick up lead for the Sexpos, and that is Fuchs on the track with the Jam Star for the Queen Bees of Helsinki. Very easy through. Skartubicu picks up 4 points, and Fuchs unfortunately picks up a penalty. Who's picked up the penalty? No, Fuchs thought it was her, but it wasn't. It was a blocker.
Yeah,
it was a blocker for the Sexpos. It was Ai.
Yeah, number 62 for the Sexpos, Ai.
Yes, and with all that, there were no points given to Helsinki. 8 points to the Sexpos, 104 to 54. Sexpos in the lead.
Oui, Ai des Sexpos qui va être dans la boîte de pénalité Gus pour 1 minute.
Yeah, that took way too long for her to get off.
Oui.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's what happens. You just added 30 seconds. You don't want to go, you get 30 seconds more.
Official timeout.
But I can imagine you as a former skater, does it not get so chaotic and noisy on the track that you just don't hear it?
It happens sometimes. I guess it depends. Sometimes you get really convinced that it's not me. I would never.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because, you know, obviously I've watched, you know, a fair bit of roller derby, and on the track I see the skaters communicating constantly, and it's, you know, it's not usually whispers. And, you know, some skaters are a little more expressive than others, so I can imagine that things get very chaotic and noisy and crazy, and when you've got a ref who's like 5 meters away screaming a penalty that you're not expecting, do you even hear it? Or do you know? Do you usually know when you might have committed something and then you hear a whistle and you think, okay, it must be me?
There's instances in which, like, you definitely know that you did something that you shouldn't have, and you're like, yes, I did that. I'm going straight to the box.
Yeah.
You can see sometimes skaters going to the box, like the moment the referee puts their whistle in their mouth, and they're like, I know I did. I'm going. Like,
right.
But in some instances, yes, it can get pretty confusing on the track. Definitely.
Yeah, because you know, it's noisy. Everyone's screaming. People are, you know, there's the audience. There's everything. And to answer Cindy Logan Wallace, you are not crazy. You did see the name Nameless Horror on the board. It was a mistake. Skartubicu was the skater in question with wearing the number 204. Nameless Horror was 202. I'm guessing that they got that wrong. Thelma Track is on the track for the Sexpos. Ninja is the jammer for the Helsinki Queen Bees.
Helsinki with the lead.
That was an easy 4 points for Ninja. Thelma Track stuck in the pack. Often a very quick, you know, quick on her feet kind of jam, but Thelma Track now, Helsinki's got her number. Ninja gets through on a second scoring pass. That's 8 points so far.
Le passage de l'étoile du côté des Sexpos, la pivot May David JJ maintenant jammeuse pour les Sexpos de Montréal.
Yes, serving Helsinki some of their own medicine with a star pass. 12 points so far for the Queen Bees. And often when you get a pivot jamming, you think, we can hold her, so we're going to keep it going. May David JJ picks up 4 for the Sexpos. And Ninja shuts it down with, I believe she had 4 more points. 16 points I believe this was the Queen Bee's biggest jam to date tonight. Yeah, 16 points. That's tonight's biggest jam so far for the Queen Bees. Will brings the total to 108. The Sexpos Queen Bees 70. Well, Queen Bees, you know, waking up, not letting the Sexpos get too far ahead.
Sur la ligne de départ pour les Queen Bees, c'est Antilla. Du côté des Sexpos, c'est Wildcard. Départ de jam très défensif. On a Antilla sorti de la piste par Per Evil. Wildcard avec seulement une bloqueuse à dépasser et ça passe. Wildcard, première jammeuse, les Sexpos de Montréal. Antilla bien retenu par une formation de tripod à l'arrière du pack par des bloqueuses des Sexpos, permettant à Wildcard de facilement prendre la ligne intérieure et décrocher 4 points pour les Sexpos.
It's a joyride right now.
Ça pousse la ligne intérieure pour Wildcard. 12 points à date pour la jammeuse des Sexpos.
19 points is the Sexpo's biggest jam so far. Let's see how she does. Oh, no. Shuts it down. Shuts it down after 16. And interesting fact, Chloe, from our stat man Jet Li, one jammer penalty so far.
This has been a fairly clean game in terms of jammer penalties.
Yeah, it went to the Sexpos. It was Skirta Bichu. I had one penalty and none for the Queen Bees.
Clean jammer game for the Queen Bees.
Yeah, indeed.
Milice for Helsinki, Nana Bisturi for les Sexpos. Lead goes to Nana Bisturi of the Montreal Sexpos. Milice completes her initial pass. Nana Bisturi knocked out of bounds, decides to call it a quick 4-0 for Montreal.
Nana's had lead every time she was out. Yeah, definitely one of the most productive jammers for the Sexpos for a few years now. Yeah, and she is just carrying on this year. 3 times out, 3 times lead so far in this bout.
Longtime watchers of Quebec Roller Derby will remember her as a top jammer for the Quebec City
Roller Derby. Definitely.
Roller Derby Quebec.
Yeah, shined at Beast of the East, definitely. This is many moons ago. And we have Fuchs picking up lead for the Queen Bees. Denata is the jammer for the Sexpos. Denata's still in the... No, Denata's in the box. So that's a power jam for Fuchs. The Gus Restaurant penalty box. You know, we just had to talk about jammer penalties for one to occur, of course. And Fuchs has picked up 4. Power jam will come to an end very soon as Denata is standing up in the penalty box. But Fuchs, that's held back by one skater, but one alone. Denata back on the track. She has to complete her initial pass as the first one earned her a trip to the box. 8 points so far for Fuchs as she enters the pack on a 3rd scoring run.
Fuchs complète son 3e passage cumulatif, 12 points à date pour Helsinki.
And for the blockers, it has not been such a clean game for the Sexpos, as now they had 2 blockers shortly before sitting in the box, and now they have 1. Fuchs putting up 16 points. Yeah, bringing the Queen Bees to 86. Sexpos still in the lead, though, at 126.
Demande de révision officielle du côté des Sexpos.
Indeed. So let me tell you finally about the Continental Cups that will be happening. I've been trying and trying for 3 breaks now. I'm going to tell you about the Continental Cups happening this year, August
there's
9
a
to
Finland
11.
connection.
There most definitely is. The European Continental Cup will be happening in Helsinki, Finland, October 5th to 6th. That means all the Division 2 teams that that are located in Europe will go to this tournament. Right here in North America, we'll have North America West in Utah, Orem in Utah, and North America East in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, August 23rd to 25th. And those you can find also much more information on WFTDA.com. Obviously, Tournament Central is where all the info is. The Continental Cups are much more run by the leagues, supported by the WFTDA, much like these WFTDA sanctioned tournaments, which La Classique Georgia W Tush is one of many. However, because the cutoff for rankings for playoffs is coming right up on June 30th, there are only 2 left. Other than this tournament, there's 2 more next weekend. Hometown Throwdown in Portland, Oregon, hosted by Rose City Rollers, which will feature, the #1 team in the world, obviously Rose City, but also Denver and Angel City. And East Coast Derby Extravaganza, ECDX, happening in Feasterville, Trevose, Pennsylvania, hosted by Philly. Philly, of course, one of our great friends, featuring, I must say, you have to check out ECDX this year because they have great teams, namely Gotham, Texas, London, Crime City. ECDX is really shining this year. But you know who else is shining? Is Skartubichu. Yeah. Picking up lead for the Sexpos. Ninja is the jammer for the Helsinki Queen Bees. Oh, very pretty jump. That landed her outside the track, though. She called it off. And are there any points awarded?
The referees are discussing it in the middle. Let's see if any points. She seemed to be under the impression that she scored 2. Let's see what the referees have to say.
Yeah, but what does that
3.
mean?
Oh, this is nice.
This is rare. This is rare. I request 2 points. Oh, yeah? We'll give you 3.
So Montreal Sexpos now sitting at 129. Queen Bees 86. Under 3.5 minutes left to play in this first half. Wearing the star for the Queen Bees, we have Antila. For the Sexpos, it's wild card. Antila à l'avant du pack, assistée par sa pivot Lugora. Et ça passe pour wildcard, première jammers, les Sexpos de Montréal. Antila retenu au coin numéro 2 de la piste par la défense des Sexpos. Solide formation tripode. Wildcard. Arrive à déjouer le numéro 20 Predator dans la ligne intérieure et collecte 4 points pour les Sexpos. Wildcard de retour dans le pack pour son 3e passage cumulatif. Petite confusion par rapport à une pénalité. Ce n'est pas Wildcard, mais bien une des bloqueuses de Helsinki. C'est le numéro 97, Yafa. Antila toujours sur son passage initial, forcé à l'arrière du pack par la défense des Sexpos. Pendant ce temps-là, Wildcard, un autre 4 points. Wildcard sur un gigantesque jam réapproche le pack. Envoyé à l'intérieur de la piste, elle essaie de coller assez. Arrête le jam. 23 points pour les Sexpos, aucun point pour les Queen Bees sur ce dernier jam. Pointage maintenant 152 Sexpos, 86 pour les Queen Bees. Il reste 1 minute 19 à la première demi. Temps d'arrêt pour nos arbitres.
And more on the recognized tournaments program that I was telling you about earlier. This year there were 21 WFTDA-recognized tournaments. The WFTDA-recognized tournaments program recognizes and supports high-quality WFTDA member-hosted tournaments worldwide. While allowing for various tournament structures, the recognized tournament program establishes a consistent standard for tournament officiating and games management. The complete schedule is available at WFTDA.com/events. And as I was saying, the cutoff time for playoffs is June 30th. So after June 30th, we will know who is ranking where. So far, top 4 in the world: Rose City, Victoria, Gotham, and Arch Rival. Those 4 get a bye. They don't have to go to playoffs. They go straight to champs. And the next 24, excuse me, each go to a playoff. And then the top 3 from each playoff go to champs, and then champs is the top 10.
And champs is going to be in Montreal this year.
Did we say that?
I think we mentioned it once or twice. I might be very excited.
Oh, excitement. I think that's beyond excitement. Did I say champs was the most prestigious and most exciting roller derby event of the year?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, well, let me say it again.
So good. Lining up for the next jam for Montreal, it is the Talma track up against the Milis for the Queen Bees of Helsinki. Milis at the front. Tripod formation at the pivot line for the Sexpos, holding Milis. Bringing her left and right. Talma track sneaking through with the lead. Talma track qui est sur son premier passage cumulatif, accueilli chaleureusement par la défense d'Helsinki. Seulement une bloqueuse à dépasser, c'était la capitaine, le numéro 441, pardon, Sarr. Et ça passe pour Pentinen qui compte son passage de l'étoile du côté d'Helsinki. Pentinen maintenant jammeuse pour les Queen Bees. Mais Talma track, l'avant-arrivée, arrête le jam. Un total de 5 points pour les Sexpos sur ce jam. Et c'est la fin de la première demi.
Oh yeah!
Après 30 minutes de jeu, les Sexpos mènent 157. Les Queen Bees de Helsinki Roller Derby 86.
New England Roller Derby would like to thank their production sponsor, Sociopath. Sociopath is a skater-run business offering custom-sewn to-order legwear for teams and individuals. Size-inclusive activewear designed to fit you. Sociopath also offers dozens of armbands and helmet cover options for scrimmage and competition. Team discounts are available. Please see sociopath.ca for more details. That is SEWCIAOPATH.ca. And we will be back in 14 minutes for the conclusion of this bout where Helsinki Queen Bees are facing the Montreal Roller Derbies. Sexpos.
The Roller Derbies. Welcome back for the second half of the Queen Bees from Helsinki Roller Derby versus Montreal Sexpos bout. Through 30 minutes of gameplay, Sexpos are leading 157 to Queen Bees 86.
And we got stories, Chloe. My name is Classique Patrick, by the way. And Chloe Gwendolyn, we got stories to talk about.
Yes, what happened in the first half for those of you who were just joining us?
Well, first half, other than Montreal Sexpos scoring 157 points and the Queen Bees scoring 86, there were penalties, and lots of them. Queen Bees picked up 18 penalties. Interesting fact, 0 jammer penalties. The Sexpos, however, picking up 23 penalties, and 2 of those were jammer penalties. So very low on the jammer side of things, but I would say high and very high on the side of the blockers.
Looking at the highest point scorers for both teams. For the Sexpos, the highest point scorer was Nana Bistouri with 45 points.
Yeah.
Followed by Wildcard with 39 and Scar to Beat You with 36. Looking at the Queen Bees side, top scorer for the Queen Bees is the Fuchs with 34 points, followed by Ninja with 32 and Milis with 20.
Yeah, interesting. You might think that these numbers are close to each other. I mean, the top point scorers from Helsinki and top point scorers from Montreal. However, Montreal, you know, working with a much broader jammer rotation. So having more jammers, scoring more points, and a tighter one for Helsinki.
Someone in the comments had a question regarding the new Skids warm-up jerseys. They are custom made by the Skids uniform sponsor Frogmouth. So
that's right.
Thank you, Frogmouth, for making our Skids looking so good.
And we're back on. Back on, and Nana Bistouri for Les Expos, the top point scorer. This time, first time not lead, as Ninja for the Queen Bees is the lead in this jam. Whoa! Quickly through Ninja, picks up 4. That must have been one hell of a locker room halftime talk. Mind you, there are only 2 Sexpos blockers out on the track. They're adding to this 23 penalty total. Ninja working on scoring pass number 2. And she gets it. 8 points so far for Ninja. Nana Bistouri. Nana Bistouri held for, you know, well over 50 seconds. Ninja again through. They just cannot stop Ninja. And Ninja shuts it down after 12 points. And Nana Bistouri outstole 2 points. Well, ease the pain. 159 for the Sexpos, 98 for the Queen Bees. You know, Helsinki really holding their own in this. I don't know how much, you know, international competition experience Helsinki has. I mean, I'm talking about the B team, obviously. But the Sexpos have been on the circuit for, you know, a few years now, competing against top teams, and Helsinki really holding their own.
Présentement, portant l'étoile pour les Sexpos, là, les Jammers, c'est Denada de Montréal. Milis d'Helsinki prend les devants. Denada arrête le jam. Aucun point de compter par nos deux équipes. 0-0, pointage toujours 159. Les Sexpos, 98 pour les Queen Bees.
So far, 2 lead jams, 2 lead calls for Helsinki. 2 jams, 2 leads for Helsinki. So they are coming out guns a-blazing.
Si vous venez juste de nous rejoindre, c'est la Classique Georgia W Tush live de Montréal. Les Sexpos de Montréal en bleu, l'équipe de voyage B de Montréal. Et en blanc, c'est les Queen Bees de Helsinki Roller Derby.
Scar to Beat You is your jammer for the Montreal Sexpos. Queen Bees send out Fuchs. And Scar to Beat You picks up lead. Scar to Beat You, 36 points in the first half. Namely some very high-scoring jams. Oh, under the arms! Ducks down. Yeah, Helsinki's got to know when you're facing Skartubici, you got to get low. Because she's short and she gets even shorter on her skates. Skartubici is lead. And Fuchs is in the penalty box. I'm sorry, we missed that one as Skartubici was just dazzling us with her moves. First jammer penalty for Helsinki. Thank you, Mr. Jet Li, our stats man. Fuchs is back on the track. She's got to complete her initial pass. Skartubici, scoring run number 2, 8 points so far. Fuchs is still working on the initial. And that is one hard-earned initial pass. Took a minute and a half, including a penalty. And Skartubici shuts it down after 12 points, 12-0 for the Sexpos, 171 to 98. Sexpos increasing their lead.
C'est le dernier match de la journée pour la Classique Georgia W Tush. On va être de retour demain matin à 10h pour les Helsinki All-Stars versus les New Jack City Rollers.
Yeah, both teams suffering losses today. They'll meet up tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Jacks and Helsinki, that's the 8 teams.
Présentement sur la portant l'étoile pour les Sexpos, c'est Nana Bistouri. Du côté des Queen Bees, c'est Ninja. Et ça passe pour Ninja, première jammeuse Helsinki. Nana Bistouri recyclée à l'arrière de la piste par le numéro 97, c'est Yafa. Ninja sur son premier passage cumulatif trouve la sortie au coin numéro 3. Mais Ninja arrête le jam. 4-0 en faveur d'Helsinki. Pointage maintenant 171 pour les Sexpos, 102 pour les Queen Bees.
And so far, I realize it's only 4 jams, but Helsinki picking up 3 of the 4 leads and outscoring the Sexpos by 2 points so far in this half. You know, that's one of the perks of having a stat man. I sound really smart, but
gotta love a stat man.
Yeah, Jet Li is the one adding it up for us. Wildcard is the jammer for the Sexpos. Wildcard having quite the first half. She carries on, 39 points scored in half number 1. Milis is the jammer for the Queen Bees in this jam. Working on her initial pass. Wildcard is on her first scoring pass. Mila is pushing forward per evil, bridging as the pack is stretching, and now it's stretching backwards. They're gonna have to drop a second bridge soon. We're talking about the Sexpos, of course. Too far gone. You gotta let her go. Milius clears the pack for her initial pass. But Wildcard calls it off after picking up 2 points only. That was an awfully long scoring pass for 2 points. 173 to 102, Sexpos still ahead.
On a Skartubici sur la ligne de départ pour les Sexpos de Montréal. Du côté des Queen Bees. Du côté des Queen Bees, c'est Fuchs. Skartubici sort la première main, n'est pas première jammeuse. Fuchs a enlevé son étoile. Il semblerait qu'on aurait un jam de 2 minutes. Fuchs retenu à l'avant par Zelda, mais ça passe pour Fuchs. Fuchs approche le pack pour son premier passage cumulatif. Et ça passe pour Fuchs, 4 points. Skartubicu sur son premier passage cumulatif, mais coincé derrière la défense d'Helsinki. Fuchs réapproche le pack pour son deuxième passage cumulatif.
And is it me or I find things are getting quite physical?
It is a very physical bout.
And it's increasing.
Skartu completing her first scoring pass. That's 4 points for the Sexpos. Fuchs coincé sur son deuxième passage cumulatif. Oh!
Easy.
Bel assist des Sexpos. Skartubicu complète son deuxième passage cumulatif facilement. Matché par Fuchs, qui est également sorti du pack. Oh!
Skartubicu back block.
Oui, Skartubicu a envoyé la boîte de pénalité juste pour un blocage illégal au dos. C'est un super jam pour Fuchs des Queen Bees. Le jam est écoulé. C'est un super départ pour Helsinki sur le prochain jam. Un temps d'arrêt demandé par le banc des Sexpos de Montréal.
And let's talk a little bit more about tomorrow.
Oui.
Chloe.
Yes, let's talk about tomorrow.
10 o'clock, Helsinki, Jacksonville A teams. Both teams suffering a loss today.
Yes.
Jacksonville suffering a substantial loss to Victoria, to Gotham, excuse me. Helsinki suffering a 30-point loss from Montreal.
A very thrilling bout.
Yes.
I can't wait to rewatch that.
Yeah, incredibly. And then at 12, we have Helsinki B team, these Queen Bees, against arch rival B team, who, arch rival, we didn't know much about the arch rival B team. They came up, you know, crazy against the Gotham Girls Wall Street Traders. I can't wait to see what they do against Helsinki. And then a bout that is bound to get a lot of viewership, which is Gotham All-Stars against arch rival All-Stars. That is at 2 o'clock. Do not miss that one. Number 3 against number 4 in the world.
Oh, that's going to be so good.
That's gonna kick. And then I'll save the rest for another break just to keep you wanting more.
So Helsinki on a power start as Skartubicu is currently sitting in the Gus Restaurant penalty box on a back block penalty assessed in the previous jam. That's a Ninja skating for the Queen Bees of Helsinki. Ninja forcing an opening on the inside. Picking up lead jammer status for the Queen Bees of Helsinki.
And that is Helsinki's 4th lead jammer call against 2 for Montreal. So really increasing their lead percentage in this half.
Skartubicu de retour sur la piste. Elle devra compléter son passage initial. Et ça passe pour Ninja. 4 points pour les Queen Bees. Passage à l'étoile du côté de Montréal. La pivot Champagne, maintenant jammeuse. Ninja dans le pack pour son deuxième passage cumulatif. Et ça passe un autre 4 points pour Helsinki. Champagne. Ça passe pour Champagne des Sexpos, 4 points. Ninja arrête le jam après avoir compté 10 points pour les Queen Bees, 4 points pour les Sexpos. Pointage maintenant 187 pour l'équipe de Montréal, 123 pour celle d'Helsinki.
And despite outdoing the Sexpos on the lead jammer calls, Sexpo is still leading in the points scored in the half alone. Only 2 lead jammer calls to 4 for Montreal and 4 for Helsinki. Let's see what we got here. Thelma Track is the jammer for the Sexpos. And that is Millis picking up lead, carrying on the lead pickup percentage for her team. But she was hit out after she cleared the entire pack and then recycled at the back.
Yeah, nice work by Zelda.
Yeah.
From the Sexpos, forcing Melis to recycle to the very back of the pack.
That's always very confusing, right, when that happens and the jammer clears the pack and then somebody comes out of nowhere that they had cleared before to hit them out, and then they're forced to recycle back. And so they claim lead, but they're still stuck in the pack. How frustrating is that? You should know. You've jammed before.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Antilla pour les Queen Bees, Denada pour les Sexpos. Denada à l'avant. Retenu par Pentinen et Oyala. Et ça passe pour Denada, première jammeuse, les Sexpos. Antilla sorti de la piste par le numéro 62 des Sexpos, c'est Aïe. Et on recule, recule, recule jusqu'au coin numéro 4. Denada. Bijou, oh là là, passage à l'étoile. Oh, forearm. Forearm calls for Denada. Star pass for Helsinki. The pivot to Pentinen now jamming.
Yeah, we'll go to full 2 minutes. We got the pivot jamming for Helsinki. Yeah, everybody's on the track except for Denada, the jammer for the Sexpos. And we're going to 2 minutes. 30 seconds left in this jam. No points scored so far, although there's probably a couple of points in the bank for Helsinki.
Solid defense.
Beau travail défensif des Sexpos qui arrive à bien retenir Pentinen sur ce power jam. Denada de retour sur la piste. Et ça passe pour Denada, c'est 4 points pour les Sexpos.
Oh, let's not talk about that.
Ah, ça arrive. Des fois, la piste est glissante. It's slippery.
Sure.
Queen Bees, 3 up on the board for the Sexpos.
Sure, I've seen it a few times.
As we approach halfway through the second half.
Donc, un jam 4 pour 3 en faveur de Denada des Sexpos. Pointage maintenant 191 pour Montréal, 126 pour les Queen Bees d'Helsinki. Il reste environ 15 minutes à jouer à cette partie.
On a Nana Bisturi pour les Sexpos. Oh, facilement à l'extérieur. Personne n'a vu Nana Bisturi. Nobody saw her coming. Fuchs is the jammer for Helsinki. Fuchs also clears the pack, and it's a fast. Look at those jammers. Nana Bisturi clears the pack on the outside. Nobody stopped her. 4 points. Calls it right off. Wow. That went fast. 15 minutes left in the half. 195 for the Sexpos. 126 for the Queen Bees. Sexpos increasing their lead, but Helsinki putting up a much tougher fight, I find, in the second half.
Speaking of Helsinki, they are taking a team timeout.
Aha. Which gives me, oh, that was a nice, look at that. That was a nice instant replay with Nana Bisturi, who just, just started to skate at the beginning of the jam and didn't stop until she picked up 4 points.
Un gros merci à nos commanditaires Low Life Skate Shop.
Don't we love them?
They're so amazing.
Don't we love them? And they have such a pretty booth in the arena, which you can't see, unfortunately, because you're not here.
But you can visit their store online.
That's right.
And
that's
get yourself some fantastic Montreal owned
derby gear.
Yes.
Yeah.
As well as merch. They have fabulous t-shirts, tank tops, all sorts of fun stuff.
But if you come to Champs, you'll be able to buy some in person. Wouldn't that be nice? Tomorrow, excuse me, I was down to 4 o'clock. We are going to have a very special bout, 2 very special bouts this weekend, Junior Games.
Yes.
Montreal versus Gotham, and then Gotham versus Tri-City.
Yeah, so the Rhythm and Brews, Montreal's junior team, will be facing off Gotham Girl Juniors tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Yeah, and our friend Jax is very excited about that.
We
Jax
will be
loves...
streaming these.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But back to the now. We got Wildcard. Wildcard continuing her carnage, picking up lead every time she's been out so far. Ninja is the jammer for the Queen Bees. Wildcard on her first scoring run.
Wildcard is through with 4 points for Montreal. Ninja held at the front of the pack by Champagne. Ninja is through on her initial. Wildcard finishing up her second scoring pass. Decides to call it off 8-0 in favor of Montreal.
Pretty good. Good time to call it off.
Pour le prochain jam, les Sexpos de Montréal envoient le numéro 204, c'est Scar to Beat You. Pour les Queen Bees d'Helsinki, c'est Milice. Et ça passe pour Scar to Beat You, première jammeuse, les Sexpos. Et ça passe également pour Milice. Milice complète son passage initial. Scar to Beat You rapidement compte 4 points. Pour les Sexpos, la boîte de pénalité Gus avec 2 bloqueuses des Sexpos. Avantage numérique pour Helsinki sur le prochain départ. Ça semblerait avoir 3 bloqueurs présentement dans la boîte de pénalité Gus pour les Sexpos. Temps d'arrêt demandé par le banc des Sexpos. Big thank you to our commenters who are enjoying the bilingual boutcast.
Why shouldn't they?
It's so much fun.
Yeah, we enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
Flex our, Montreal bilingual muscles. Back to tomorrow.
Yes. What's up? What else is up tomorrow?
Well, back to tomorrow, I figured it was Saturday night, and I'd planned some exciting bouts for the evening crowd. 6 o'clock, we'll have Gotham and Montreal, the B teams, meeting, who have interesting history. Gotham was down here last year with their B team and suffered a loss to Montreal. And then at the Champs in October, Gotham beat Montreal. So, 2 teams that know each other, that like each other, but that really want to get the win. And then I'll save dessert for the next break.
Portant l'étoile pour les Sexpos, c'est Wildcard. Du côté des Queen Bees, c'est Fuchs. Fuchs, première jammeuse, Helsinki Queen Bees. Avantage bloqueur clair du côté d'Helsinki qui a tous ses joueurs sur la piste. Montréal, Wildcard avec seulement 2 bloqueuses pour l'aider à traverser le pack et compléter son passage initial. Fuchs complète son premier passage cumulatif, c'est 4 points pour les Queen Bees. Wildcard complète son passage initial. Wildcard envoyé à l'intérieur de la piste par la pivot de Helsinki, c'est Pentinen. 4 points pour Wildcard. Fuchs qui complète son 2e passage cumulatif. Wildcard match ces points-là. 8-8 à date. Fuchs arrête le jam. Voyons voir si des points supplémentaires lui sont donnés. On va attendre la confirmation des arbitres. 2 points de plus pour Fuchs. 10-8 en faveur d'Helsinki. Pointage maintenant 215 pour les Sexpos, 136 pour les Queen Bees. Il reste 11 minutes et 12 secondes à jouer à cette partie.
We're watching la Classique Georgia W Tush live from Montreal. This is day number 1, last game. Sexpos in blue, Helsinki in white. And that is Thelma Track for the Sexpos picking up lead very quickly off the line. Ninja is the... Oh, Thelma Track! Again, you know, taking advantage of her short stature, crouching even down, and nobody saw her coming. Oh, but now she couldn't get over somebody. Big pileup in turn 1. Push to the ground, picks up 3 points. 4 plus 3. I believe there's a point missing. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7. 222 for the Sexpos, 136 for the Queen Bees. Now Sexpos look like they're stepping on the gas. Wouldn't you agree, Chloe?
Oh, yes. If you want to watch the Sexpos next bout, that's tomorrow at 6 p.m. versus the Wall Street Traders of Gotham.
You got that right.
And if you want to watch the Queen Bees next bout, it's tomorrow at 12 a.m. against Arch Nemesis. Portant l'étoile pour les Queen Bees, c'est Milice. Mais c'est Denada qui décroche le titre de première jammeuse pour les Sexpos. Première jammeuse, Montréal. Milice retenue au coin numéro 3 de la piste. Forcée de recycler par Zelda. Pendant ce temps-là, Denada traverse le parc et compte 4 points pour son équipe. Milice complète son passage initial. Denada recycle à l'arrière. Par le numéro 507, c'est Boss. Et arrête le jam. 3 points de plus pour Montréal. 7-0 en faveur de Montréal. Pointage 229, les Sexpos 136, Queen Bees, moins de 10 minutes à jouer.
Yeah, Queen Bees taking time out. Their last time out. Interesting.
Interesting. They still have an official review, though.
They do. With 9 minutes to go, only 1 potential timeout left. I guess they feel they need a break. Well, that will give us just enough time to talk about tomorrow's 8 o'clock game, which are Montreal favorites, of course, the new skids on the block, facing the superstar team from Australia, the Victorian All-Stars.
How fantastic was the Victorian All-Stars versus arch rival All-Stars bout this morning?
That was a championship level game.
It was fabulous.
Yeah, that was a championship world-class game. It was very exciting. It was clean-ish. No, it was just very graceful.
It was a good game. It was a good game.
Yeah, it was graceful, beautifully executed roller derby, you know, and there's some grit to every roller derby, but we don't like it when it gets dirty. And this was not dirty. This was cleanish, and it was graceful, and it was very athletic, and it was beautiful.
Portant l'étoile présentement pour les Sexpos avec le lead, c'est Nana Bistouri. Passage de l'étoile rapide du côté d'Helsinki. La pivot Lugra maintenant jammeuse. Fuchs sort Nana Bistouri de la piste, la forçant d'arrêter le jam. Aucun point de compter pour nos deux équipes. Pointage toujours 229 à 136 en faveur de Montréal. Oh non, 3 points décrochés par Nana Bistouri.
Yeah, of course she got pushed out.
Oui, avant d'être sorti de la piste par Fuchs, 232 à 136 en faveur de Montréal. Moins de 8 minutes 30 à jouer à cette partie.
Great star passes from Helsinki all weekend long. Yesterday in the bout against VRDL, you know, completing lots of star passes. Skartubicu is the jammer from Montreal. Ninja for the Queen Bees. Skartubicu pushing at the front. Ninja recycled by Zelda. And we have Mr. and Mrs. Painkiller playing offense for Skartubicu on to clear the way. And it works! Skartubicu picks up lead. Ninja still working on their initial pass. Skartovic is saying, hey, come on this side. And it works. They clear the pad for her. Is she going to call it off? Yes, she does. She picks up 4 points after that sneaky little move, sign to her team saying, hey, clear me the inside, as they do. And then she goes right through. 236 to 136, 100 points difference. Now Sexpos in the driver's seat.
Porte en étoile pour le prochain jam, on a wild card. Du côté de Helsinki, c'est Milice. Et ça passe pour wild card des Sexpos, première jammeuse Montréal. Milice complète également son passage initial. Helsinki à l'avant tente d'accélérer la cadence. Wildcard capable de décrocher 3 points avant d'arrêter le jam. Aucun point pour Helsinki. Pointage maintenant 239 Montréal, 136 pour Helsinki.
And I must say, I'm noticing that the Montreal Jammers are all very fast. A lot of really quick moves, a lot of really quick passes on the line. You know, that there's 3 shorter jammers that really get low and that nobody can stop because they're just coming with such speed. Very exciting to watch.
Speaking of fast,
yeah.
Donata with the lead for Montreal. It is a power jam for Montreal. Fuchs headed to the Ghost Restaurant penalty box. Un super jam. Super jam.
Super jam.
Fuchs will be joined in the penalty box by her pivot. That's Pentinen, I believe, on a forearm call.
Oh, Fuchs is out, but the pivot's in the box. Can't do a star pass in that circumstance.
Canada complète son deuxième passage cumulatif. 8 points au total. Fuchs de retour sur la piste, mais elle devra compléter son passage initial. Retenu à la ligne de jammer par la défense des Sexpos. Beau travail défensif de Mojojojo, David JJ et Mr. Mrs. Painkiller. Ouh, passage de l'étoile. Superbe, la pivot. Pentinen maintenant jammers. Mais Benada arrête le jam. Pas de point pour Helsinki.
I love their star passes. The A team yesterday, it was like a clinic on star passes. They did so many of them. Obviously, VRDL, you know, was the stronger team, but they held their own and used the star pass numerous times to get VRDL to call off the jam quicker. Very, very efficient. It's, you know, some leagues get it and some leagues don't use it so much. They are maximizing it.
Super départ pour Montréal. Oh, Talma Track sur la ligne extérieure. Rapidement décroche le titre de première jammeuse. On a Fuchs dans la boîte de pénalité Gus sur une pénalité donnée au jam précédent. Tellement déjà de retour dans le pack pour son premier passage cumulatif. Envoyé à l'intérieur de la piste par la défense d'Helsinki. Et ça passe pour Talma Track qui complète son premier passage cumulatif. C'est 4 points. Fuchs de retour sur la piste. Tente de compléter son passage initial. Recyclé par le numéro 06, c'est Champagne. Passage de l'étoile pour Helsinki. La pivot Lugra, maintenant jammers. Mais qui se joue plus sur la défense.
Another star pass, man.
Another star pass, man.
Another star pass, man.
Talma Track.
This one didn't work so well.
Ooh, Talma Track envoyé au sol par Predator. 4 points pour Thelma Track, qui a un total de 8 sur ce jam. Aucun point pour Helsinki. Il reste 2 minutes 30 à jouer à la partie. Les Sexpos mènent 259, les Queen Bees 136.
So, Chloe, I've got some interesting stats here for you. In the last 11 jams, Montreal picked up lead 10 times. You know when I was saying that they were stepping on the gas?
Yes.
Picked up lead 10 times. Helsinki scored in 1 jam out of the last 11.
Oh, shit.
Nana Bisturi is your lead jammer for the Sexpos. Ninja is the jammer for the Helsinki Queen Bees. Nana Bisturi is entering the pack on her first scoring run. Nana held at the back. Jojo bridging for the Sexpos as Ninja is being held at the front by Lisbeth, and now they have to let her go. Nana Bisturi clears the pack one last time, picks up 4. I believe that will be 8 points. Let's see if they add them up. They're in no rush. Yeah, so I think I'm sorry, that was 4 points for the Sexpos.
Yeah, she's fast, but not that fast.
I thought she passed twice. 263 for the Sexpos, 136 for the Queen Bees.
Présentement sur la ligne de départ, rapidement décrochant le titre de première jammeuse pour Montréal, c'est Scar to Beat You.
CC, case in point.
Milice retenue à la ligne de jammer par la défense des Sexpos. Scar to Beat You traverse rapidement, 4 points pour les Sexpos. Oh, Milice envoyait la boîte de pénalité. C'est un super jam pour les Sexpos de Montréal.
Low block.
C'est un ouais.
Low block call.
Blocage bas pour Milice. Scar to Beat You complète son deuxième passage cumulatif. On est à 8 points déjà pour les Sexpos. Scar to Beat You facilement déjoue la défense d'Helsinki. Milice de retour sur la piste et oh non, de retour à la boîte de pénalité Gus. C'est un autre super jam pour les Sexpos.
Period clock's expired. We're now on the jam clock. 40 seconds left in this jam, and Scar to Beach is just pouring it on. 20 points so far.
Petit up autour du point numéro 3. Et c'est 24 points pour Scar to Beat You.
And that is the top scoring jam, I believe, of the day.
Scar to Beat You sorti de la piste par la pivot d'Helsinki, c'est Lugora. Milice de retour sur la piste. Et c'est la fin de ce jam et la fin de ce match. On attend la confirmation des arbitres, mais il semblerait que ce soit un jam de 25 points pour Scar to Beat You. Aucun point pour Helsinki. Score non officiel, 288 pour les Sexpos, 136 pour les Queen Bees.
Yeah, big game for the Sexpos. Big, you know, big second half of the second half for the Sexpos, where they really poured it on and only let only dropped one lead.
Yes, Sexpos coming back strong on that last quarter of the bout.
Yeah, amazing job, Sexpos. You know, Queen Bees putting up a good fight, especially in the first half of the first 10-15 minutes of the second half, really going toe-to-toe. But it was
actually, this bout might not be over. We have an official review.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
After everyone's done their high fives, how is that possible?
It can happen, and it seems like it is now.
Anything can happen. Yeah, it's still.
I want to say a big thank you to Sociopath, the New England Roller Derby Report. Would like to thank their production sponsor, Sociopath. Sociopath is a skater-run business offering custom sewn to-order leg wear for teams and individuals. Size-inclusive activewear designed to fit you. Sociopaths also offer dozens of armband and helmet cover options for scrimmage and competition. Team discounts are available. Please see sociopath.ca for more detail.
And also, Chloe, we cannot end this day without thanking Nerd Derby and Chad for just, I've got to say, we could not have asked for better streaming. We were trying to get it together, piece it together like we did last year. But Chad and his wonderful trunk of streaming gear just waltzed in and saved the day for us and made this beautiful streaming happen. I don't know if you've been watching all day, but
thank you so much for allowing our international fans to be able to enjoy our tournament.
Oh my Lord, thank you so much, Chad, and you've just been the most incredible help today making this Classique Georgia W Tush, you know, a truly international event where people around the world can enjoy these amazing bouts.
So that was day one of La Classique Georgia W Tush second edition.
Have you had enough yet? Are we having fun yet?
Oh, I am having so much fun, and I can't wait for tomorrow, 10 a.m. for the Helsinki All-Stars versus New Jack City Rollers bout.
That's right. 12 will be Helsinki Arch Rival B team.
2 p.m. will be the Gotham All-Stars versus Arch Rival All-Stars.
4 o'clock, a special bout between Montreal and Gotham, the junior teams.
At 6 p.m., we have the Wall Street Traders versus the Montreal Sexpos.
And to close the day, 8 o'clock, Montreal 18, New Skids on the Block versus VRDL from Melbourne, Australia, the A team.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Chloe Gwendolyn.
My name is Plastic Patrick. Thank you to our producer, Jet Li. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Nerd Derby. And thank you all around the world for watching La Classique Georgia W Tush. See you tomorrow.